Hi everyone, welcome back to your very own channel Bitcoingem. I hope you all are doing great. In today's video, we are going to look into four most important charts that will help us make a better strategy of how we should trade and invest in the next few months. So we look into US10y, we look into DXY, we look into Bitcoin, and we'll also look into S&P 500, that is SPX. I hope you find this video valuable. If you're joining me for the first time, welcome to the channel. Do subscribe to the channel and like this video. So let's begin with US 10-year. US 10-year is ripping and it's currently now facing a very important resistance, which in my Genesis NFT group, I had shared in advance. This is a potential resistance for US 10-year. All the charts that we will look on a 3-day time frame, so we'll get a higher time frame idea. So currently US 10-year is facing resistance, and that's overall a good sign. If you like the bullish momentum in Bitcoin to continue, you would like US 10-year to top and start correcting. It's still overall in a very huge macro uptrend, and as long as we don't see a considerable correction or reversal of this trend, the overall environment will still be risk off. But for now, US 10-year does look like it's facing resistance, and it can come back and retest an important breakout zone, which was at around 4.3%. What ideally you would want is for it to correct harder like this, which would indicate that that has stopped. And for now, the important resistance level is at around 4.7%. And as long as it's above 4.3%, it's still in a very good uptrend. So, first US 10-year does suggest it's a 3-day chart. If we go back to 1 day, then you can see that it's looking kind of a toppy or facing resistance here. And what we would like for it is to lose this level of 4.3 and come back lower. But even this correction till 4.3 can give a little push to Bitcoin for that breaking out of that $28,000 region and going back to 29, which we'll come back to when we look at the Bitcoin chart. The other important chart, and which is facing resistance, is US dollar. Again, DXY is facing resistance at around 106.9 or $107 region. It's still in an immense uptrend, massive uptrend, and it needs to correct harder for this trend to reverse. But overall, it's facing resistance here, and it can come down and correct as long as it's above 104.8. So let's say 105 region. It's still in a massive uptrend, and it's still uh, it will still look to go higher, which again would overall be a risk off environment. So you need a weaker DXY, and it's currently facing resistance. So it's currently heading for a correction, which again can give some kind of relief in the overall crypto and stock market. If you look at SPX did lose a very important level, which was for me at around 4392, and it's now coming back and retesting this zone as support, which was a previous resistance. So you can see it was support. When it became resistance, we saw the huge crash, and it's now coming back and retesting that as support. As long as this is held, then the recovery attempt will continue, and again going very it is very aligning to US 10-year as well as DXY. Both are at resistance. SPX is at support. So leg higher for SPX or risk on assets, and a leg lower for DXY and US 10-year is the most reasonable thing to do right now. If we look at Bitcoin, Bitcoin is currently facing resistance at around $28,000 region. Again, we are looking at a 3-day chart. If you look at 1-day chart, You can see it's facing resistance, but it is certainly showing strength overall. And as long as it's about $26,500 region, the overall momentum will still be bullish. So if we get a huge correction in the DXY and US10-year, then we can see Bitcoin doing something like this and going and tagging these zones of $29 or $30 region. And of course, then we'll see what happens from there. But for now, uh, the overall charts are in favor of Bitcoin going higher and retesting this $29 to $30 region. SPX also going back and retesting this 4300, sorry, 4392 4392 region. And DXY and US10-year are showing some correction. Again, these are not still confirmed trend reversals. So this can be, they can also do something like this where they consolidate and break out higher. This thing can happen if the overall environment looks more uncertain because of the war shaping up. So keep an eye on the markets and overall trade level to level, in my opinion. As long as you are trading level to level, I think you would be better off and you can make profitable trades. So I hope you find this video valuable. Thank you for joining me today and come back for the next video. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.